Hall Treasurer Report for April 12th, 2024. It is April 12th, 2024. It's Saturday morning. So here's where we currently stand. 12, 13, 14, $15,000 in assets. That's 12.5 in our main bank, and then we have 2,700 in PayPal today. So expenses last month were 7,600. We did have a good bit of income last month. That was most of that was a donation that we got. And there's a little bit of breakdown in our expenses. Still, rent is our primary expense, rent and the CAMs for rent. So here's a P&L for the last 3 months. It's been a couple months since we've done these treasurer's reports, so I will point out our income was high last month, and that is mostly due to donations that we got. Our angel investor or angel supporting donator gave us a $5,000 check in March, and so that's good. We absolutely needed that. You can see that our expenses are tracking pretty steady. We had a pretty high month in January, so we had that almost $9,000 in expenses in January, but then February and March are tracking at more like our normal level, around $8,000, 7,900 and 7,600. So still the difference between meeting rent here, these are meeting rents here, what we actually received during the month. So you see like 6,600, 5,300, 4,400. That's about what we receive in meeting rent. So we still have that major, significant gap there of at least $2,000, $3,000 a month between what we're getting in meeting rents and what our actual expense level is. This is memberships to date. So I started this at the beginning of the year, although I think we're saying that memberships are good for a year, no matter when you get them. But we haven't gotten many memberships this year. So far, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 memberships that we have so far. The meeting schedule, I think we need to spend some time talking about, just because I'm getting rents for meetings that I'm not always able to correlate to the schedule. So hopefully we could take a little bit of time in the board meeting and make sure that put the meeting schedule up, and let's make sure that we have all the meetings in there that are correct. Here's the rent log that we have that is current as of today. This is everything I've received sort of for the last 3 months, and as much reconciliation as I could do with what I got and how to assign things to it. You can see off to the right there the amount of rent that we actually have sort of credited for each month. That doesn't mean that we received it in that month, but that's the amount of month that we have credited for the month. And so our peak month was March. We had about 5,700, 5,800 in rent come in for March, so it's a pretty flush month. Our fiscal projection is not great. I said we have about 15,000 in the bank, and a month's worth of expenses is about $8,000. So that with our kind of losses at $2,000 to $3,000 a month, which is a pretty good average. We're looking at about a 4-month runway. We have 4 months to live at this point. That's about as close as it's gotten, I think, since I've been running this projection. So we're getting there. We also have, I talked about this in the last board meeting. So this is an update in it. This is the Travis is a bad treasurer section. Our 2021 taxes. Our 2021 taxes were done. Our 2022 taxes I filed and messed it up, and so those were rejected by the IRS. They've been sent back to us. I have attempted to refile those, and to no avail. So our 2022 taxes, as of today, are filed but rejected. Our 2023 taxes I couldn't file on account of that they don't have our 2022 taxes done. So what I did since the last board meeting is I have engaged a tax service They're off on Peach Boulevard, so I got a hold of them on the 17th. And I haven't been on their back, and they haven't been real proactive. I did have a second meeting with them last month, but I still don't have any filings actually done. And then to make matters compound a little bit, I got a letter from the California Registry of Charitable Trusts. They're listing us as delinquent. So I haven't heard anything about our federal tax ID or our federal not-for-profit status, but California is looking at it and saying, hey, look, we need the last 2 years of taxes. You need to show us all that and pay some back fees. So right now our status in California is delinquent. It goes from delinquent to suspended to revoked. So right now we're at the delinquent point. And that is the treasurer's report. Yep, that's all I got in terms of slides. Thanks.